Good afternoon, dear students of Kazakh University of Technology and Business. I'm the lecturer of the discipline, the legal system of the Republic of Kazakhstan. My name is Gulim Kuatbekovna, my surname is Kuanishbek, and the topic that we are going to discuss today is the basics of family law in the Republic of Kazakhstan. So look at the slide, please. Here is the lecture plan. First, concept, principles, and sources of family law. Conclusion and termination of marriage. Marriage contract. Rights and obligations of parents and children. Adoption, guardianship, alimony relations of family members. So, family law as a branch of law is a set of legal norms that regulate personal non-property and the resulting property relations of people arising from marriage and family. Marriage and family law establishes conditions and procedure marriage, termination marriage, and recognition invalid. Regulates personal and property relations arising in the family between spouses, between parents and children, between other family members. Determines the forms and procedure for placing children without parental care into a family and regulates the procedure for registration of acts of civil status and provision of paid services. If we speak about the principles of marriage and family legislation of the Republic of Kazakhstan, you may see that on the first place is the voluntariness of the marriage of a man and a woman, equality of rights of spouses in the family, inadmissibility of arbitrary interference on anyone in the affairs of the family, resolution of intra-family issues by mutual agreement, the priority of family education of children, concern for their development and well-being, priority protection of the rights and interests of minors and disabled family members, ensuring the unhindered exercise by family members of their rights, the possibility of judicial protection of these rights, and the last one is promoting a healthy lifestyle for all family members. What about the sources? On the first place, as always, Constitution of the Republic of Kazakhstan, law on marriage and family, and legal acts regulating marriage and family relations. Types of marriages and family relations between spouses, alimony obligations, guardianship and curatorship, patronage, between parents and children, by adoptive parents and adoptive children, and other family members. So the conclusion and termination of marriage and marriage conditions, we may see that you need to reach a marriageable age, 18 years old for both women and men, and voluntariness. Marriage is not permitted between adoptive parents and adoptive children, but between persons of which at least one face already in another registered marriage, by persons of whom at least one person has been recognized by the court as an incapable due to the mental illness or dementia, and direct ascending and descending relatives, full and half brothers and sisters who have a common father or mother. Here is the marriage procedure. So you need to submit an application to the registration authorities. The marriage is made after 1 month from the day of application. It is concluded in the civil registry offices and consists in the personal presence of people who are getting married. So let's speak about the termination of marriage. Due to the death, one of the spouses, due to the termination marriage at the request of one of or both spouses, at the request of guardian spouse recognized by the court incapacitated, and as a result of the announcement by the court, one of the spouses deceased or missing. The marriage contract. A marriage contract is an agreement that defines the property rights and obligations of spouses in marriage and or in the event of its dissolution. Contract can be concluded both before the state registration of the marriage and at any time during the marriage. The terms of the marriage contract cannot worsen the position of any of the spouses in comparison with the legislation of Kazakhstan. Marriage contract is recognized by the court as invalid in the following cases: non-compliance with the conditions of the procedure for its conclusion, and if the terms of the contract put the spouse in an extremely unfavorable position. Here are the rights and obligations of parents and children. All you have to know that parents and children are obliged to provide mutual moral support and material assistance to each other. So, the protection of the rights and the interests of the child is carried out by parents, by guardianship or trustship authority, by prosecutor in the court, and independently. Rights and obligations of parents and children, personal property and alimony. Okay, here is the slide about adoption and guardianship. You may look this information in the slide at home. You may study it properly because I will send this presentation to you after my lecture. Let's speak about the alimony relations of family members. Parents are obliged to support their children and disabled adult children in need of financial assistance. If parents evade this obligation, funds for the maintenance of children are recovered from them in court. Alimony from parents. For minor children is collected in the amount of, for one child, 25%, for two children, 1/3, for three or more children, half of the earnings income of parents, but not less than 50% of the tax fee, minimum income of citizens per month for every child. Children also have a responsibility to care for and help parents. It is the responsibility of the adult children to support disabled parents in need of assistance. However, in the court, if the court establishes that the parents evaded parental responsibilities, the children may be released from the obligation to support their parents and collect the cost of caring for them. So, this is the end of the presentation, the basics of family law in the Republic of Kazakhstan. If you have some questions, you may ask these questions from me. I'm really happy to help this lecture. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your attendance. Wish you good luck for the next following week. Goodbye.